oh, so we finally got a new intro, kind of. Like, I'm not talking about the actual opening that we've been having, but strangely enough, we always have that little key part when we go to the fusion dimension, and I was thinking, like, you know, oh, we go to this area, or that one, and XYZ, and it's like, oh, we finally changed up now. Now we've finally got this kind of feeling like finale all-rounder kind of part where it's like it's talking about the 4 dragons and it's talking about the 4 like boys from the different dimensions, and I'm like, oh, you know, that's kind of interesting that we kind of did that. Like, it really came out of nowhere, and it's just like, yeah, all these boys are the 4 faces and they're dragons, like they're calling for each other and all that, and it's like there is clearly, you know, it's like this is saying like, oh, they're seeking something out. I feel like it's really sounding like they either they're calling to each other to like find something, or the fact that they are calling towards a 5th dragon or something like that like controls all of them or leads them. Like, I don't know, it feels like it's leading up to like, oh, there's another dragon somewhere, or the fact that we've already had fusions like between them, and we've had like different kind of versions. Like, we've already had like, you know, like the XYZ combined off with like, from what we've seen of like going onto it like with Odd Eyes. So like, who knows, we might actually even see like, you know, one between the Synchro one between the, like the, you know, with Yuri's one. Like, we don't know, and maybe there is like, you combine them all together, that makes the actual dragon. Maybe that's like what they're actually going for. Maybe there's like a special spell card that goes into it, but I don't know. Like, the intro is like changing like that. I was like, there's a lot more. Like, I feel like there's like, we still haven't really solved the mystery of the dragons yet, and like out of all of this was like, oh, by the way, you got to duel this guy that you like dueled like many like in what, in the 30s again. So it's like nearly 100 episodes ago. It's like, oh, by the way, you can fight this guy, and there he, like, I even forget his name and all that like that. He was just like on his fucking like arms like that, and he was just like, looked like he was gonna choke him for like the longest time, and like, oh, like, okay, you duel you, and like that felt weird. While Dennis is like, yo, I'm gonna yuck it up over here, see you later, fuckers. And then even as well, Kaito was like, nah, I'll go after him, it's cool. And like, you know, whilst there was supposed to be this really nice moment between like Yuzu and all that, this motherfucker's like wanting to choke like fucking like Yuya. Like, honestly, like the guy's name is like, it's very not memorable. I think it was like Doki something like that. Like, I think it was like Ka something, but I think it was like Kadogi. Like there's something after it, but it's like, it's a long name, but it's like, you know, he did the same stuff that he did like last time. He got like the 2 like, you know, like soldier monsters, and then he fused them together. He brought that 3001, and then like when he was gonna like use like another card, like Yuya brings out like darker, like, you know, rebellions like immediately out there, and it was like, oh, gonna use his effect. Boom, like that, just go straight in like that, and he's like, no, I actually used my like one of the fusions I sent away, which you give up like 500 life points. It actually comes back and it's allowed to fusion again. He brought back the 0, like a 12-star 0 attack point monster. He was like, I personally got the card that will stop this like XYZ Rebellion Dragon. And I'm thinking that, you do know, like, I don't know, like, you think that maybe Yuya might have like not fully relied on that dragon anymore, but it was like, it was weird because like this is a duel where entirely we didn't see Odd Eyes, we didn't see any of the other ones like that, we didn't see like any of his other tricks. It was literally, he just beat him by using like, you know, like literally like from what we saw, like XYZ Dragon, and I was like, oh, like, you're just gonna beat him with Dark Rebellion, and I was like, oh, that's weird, like, I don't know, it's just bringing him out. He's like, oh, fuck it, Pendulum like that, come out and all that, come out Drumming Kong, let's go and bring you out, boy, like that, let's go and bring out like the Viper, and let's go and bring out like another level 4, I think it was like the Salute Tiger, and it's like, yep, XYZ, go, boom. No, he's like, nah, level 12, fuck you, it's 0 attack points, so you can't absorb it, and by the way, it gets like 200 attack points, they're like every level on it card, so it's like, oh, he's 12, 2500 attack points, yours isn't actually a, you know, a level or anything like that, so you don't get any stars. And he's like, he kind of like really cleverly Yuya did this, where it's like, oh, I just used my 2 magicians up there, since they're like, all they can do is like, yeah, I can change them into like a level monster, and I can change up to rank and all that. I was like, oh, that's actually a clever way of using it. It was like, no, I can actually get out of this pickle, so fuck you, and I can use Drumming Kong to also as well try and attack you. And it was like back and forth, like kind of this way, and like very tiny bit we got to see like of like his rollerblades going throughout this one, because like this guy was just like slapping Yuya around. He was beating the shit out of him. It was like, nah, like fuck like dueling and all that. This like literally this duel turned into a fist fight at points. I was like, wow, this motherfucker like trying to do this stuff like that. I was like he's just going out like an animal. And like when we finally found out about like a little bit about him, it was like, you know, like when he was like having the whole curse thing around his face, which, you know, didn't sound as threatening as it was, until it was like, oh, at the end and all that, I'm gonna make this a draw and I'm gonna blow us both the fuck up. And I was like, finally finding out there was like, actually he and Yuya met, and it was like, you walked the path of light, Yuya, but I walked the path of darkness. I'm like, wow, this is feeling really fucking shoehorned right now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like, you're like just some no-bit player that just like appeared for like one episode or two, and it's just like suddenly you're like, I'm the darkness and you're the light, and it's like, alright mate, calm down, have a breather, you know, maybe you got daddy issues, that's cool, I haven't seen my dad in a while, I might have daddy issues as well. Like, you're saying this to him and he's like, it's alright, calm down, I'm an entertainer, don't hurt me. Like, please. And it's just like, I don't know, it just like honestly feels like really incredibly shoehorned. It's just like, let's add this in for no reason at all. Like, it's just like, let's add this in to add like a little bit of intensity to the fight, but it didn't really. And it was just like, I don't know, it's like, it was just a weird thing where I just didn't approve on. And it's just the fact that, was Yuya technically kind of cheating using the rollerblades? Like, this guy is, I mean, yeah, he's a martial artist and everything, and he's like, you know, he's going around jumping around and everything with the action cards, but it's like, wow, like, Yuya is legit just, like, rolling up, like, the top of this roof with these fucking gravity rollerblades, and it's just like, this motherfucker, like, it's just like, he's using just his pure thing, and it's like, no, like, Yuya's got, like, fucking engines in the back of them things like that. It's like, literally, he's got, like, little fucking mopeds in them, and just, like, going, like, up in the roof. I'm like, wow, like, I don't know if Yuya's cheating or not, or technically, but, it's fine. There was never a rule book that said, you can just go around. Mind you, we've had characters that go around in fucking motorbikes, so it's completely fine. Overall, the duel was fine. Like, I mean, I think the only new monster that we got to see was like the pyro lobster, which was like, it can like 2 levels or something, and then it does like it had an effect where it was like, oh, I'm gonna use XYZ, bring out that last level 4 monster I had, and then it was like, oh, I'm gonna use like, you know, his effect now, and it's just like, you know, like, oh, I can just easily do this, and it's just like, I don't know, like lobster's like effect just felt like a little bit just weird. It was just like, let me just make this whole little colourful experience for you, put it in. I did like him that he went, oh yeah, like just did like the level 8 in the sky, and I was just like, it was weird, since like his effect was like, oh, by the way, I'm just gonna decrease your like monster's level, so like, you know, my actual like my Rebellion Dragon's stronger, and it's just like, I don't know, it was a weird battle. Like at the end of the day, like Kado, like I forget his name, but I'm just gonna call him Ka for the meantime, like that. But it's like, I don't know, it was a weird fight. It wasn't a bad duel. It's just that it wasn't one that I had a lot of interest in, I guess, because I thought it was just a bit player, and then at the end he's like, huh, I guess entertainment dueling isn't that bad after all. It's like, dude, you just like curse yourself and you try to kill them like that, like calm down like that. And next week looks interesting because it's going to be Kaito versus Dennis, so that's something I'm really looking forward to. And it's like, we got a sneak peek of like, from what it looks like, Neo Galaxy Eyes, so I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to that. Like, seeing it, like, you know, the galaxy eyes, like, from what it looks like, although it isn't red this time, but I did see like more heads on it, so it was like, we're kind of getting a Neo Galaxy Eyes, but for this like version of the Galaxy Eyes, so it's like, oh, more Galaxy cards, I'm super happy. And it's like, definitely it's looking like it's really like the show, since we've gone out like as well, that the show's, you know, like it's gonna end like sometime maybe this year or like next year, like that, like early 2017. Like, it definitely shows that they are trying to wrap things up and like move on towards like kind of the final area. I mean, the fact that we're in the fusion dimension already, and that the fact that, you know, like we're getting close to like literally invading academia. Yuya's already like this close to meeting his dad, and it's just like, you know, Yuzu's back, and now we just gotta go and get Rui, we gotta go and get Serena, like, you know, like, we gotta get, like, oh, you know, all the girls back, and it's just like, you know, we've got literally everything that we wanted right now. So, I don't know, like, I think that the episode itself is a 5, I think it's an average episode, but yeah, I didn't really care for this guy coming back. I was just like, even when, like, I remember saying last week, I was like, oh, he's back. Okay, like, I don't know, like, it was just a weird episode, and it's just like, he wanted revenge, and it was like, I mean, I guess, hey, we got a new ally in a kind of way, although he's going to be super tsundere about it, so, I don't know, I'm more happy that Yuzu and, like Yuya are back and all that. I want to see it a little bit more. I like the little sweet moments that they have, so hopefully we'll get one of them, like, next week, but it seems a lot that it's going to focus on the Kaito duel from what we're going to be seeing with Dennis, and I'm looking forward a lot to that, because, you know, I like Dennis, and also as well, Kaito's badass, regardless of what series it's from. Even reason for that, he saved that burning dumpster fire, like, Xiao being near utter trash, although, like, Xiao's still fucking trash, but it's like, and I'm talking about Season 1, because I know a lot of people say, oh, Season 2 is a lot better, like, fuck Season 1, like, regardless of what, but it's like, you know, he was, the light at the end of that tunnel, regardless, but it's like, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think I'm being a little bit cruel to this episode? Other than that, so, yeah, like, I don't know, I didn't feel this episode. I thought, it's alright, but nothing too special. But let me know what you guys think. But that's all for me. Thank you much for watching as always. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. So you know where to hit that like, you know, hit that subscribe. But thank you very much. And I'll see you guys, though, next time.